Okay, David Vice here, well known, very bad woodworker. Not well known, and I am very bad. Here is the chisel I bought recently, a Narex 50mm chisel bought from the Build Studios here in Townsville. I got onto it, I just saw the guys there using quite wide chisels and thought I would give it a go. I found it quite handy for some of the work I've been doing. I've been installing quite a few doors, so I've had to put in some mortar slocks, so they're quite wide and deep, nice for cleaning up the edges there. And for a bit of joinery, even on smaller stuff, I find it registration, nice wide registration edge. It's very handy for tidying up a lot of joints. Voila. And while I'm not the world's best woodworker, which is an understatement, I'm finding I use this quite a lot. It's pretty handy. I've got, quite a few other chisels floating around that are quite good, but I find this good for tidying things up and for general work. Handle's comfortable to use, the weight's okay. What I did find was sharpening when I first got it. This particular one, I don't know if it's indicative of the rest. There was a big hollow in the center, which is good, but probably a little bit too big. The hollow extended all the way through, right out to the tip of the blade, so it meant that I spent a long time getting the back of the blade flat so that I could sharpen up the front there. So I managed to get all this area flattened out long before the tip. I ended up just, I started sharpening the whole surface. I ended up maybe just having to sharpen the last centimetre or so to try to still get a reasonable flat area, but to get it done, it's just taking me a long time. But it's sharp, it stayed sharp. I've used it for quite a lot of work and I've just resharpened it once, but I don't do, I'm not a professional by any means. It's sharp enough for what I do. It's great for this kind of work that I've been doing, and I don't know, it's a chisel and it's fairly sharp, so if I put a block in here, it's going to cut the timber, one would expect, neatly. It is a chisel. But I find it's this wood's terrible because it's African mahogany. But yeah, I find it really good to work with. It's nice to register on a big face and try to cut into those corners, clean up corners and that sort of thing, and a lot of pairing work with it. The edges are quite crisp and quite sharp. I've cut my side of my finger a lot, but I do that all the time with chisels. That must be my technique when I am doing things. But yeah, so Narex 50mm chisel, not bad, about 50 bucks or so, 50 maybe 60. And I got it from DeBeld here in Townsville, but there are plenty of suppliers. As you can see, it's a bit rusty in here because probably maintenance and the air conditions here in Townsville. Anyway, Narex chisel, enjoy.